What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Arrow episode. So, in really a kind of TLDR review of this episode, it was really uneventful and really boring, to be honest. But if you're new to the channel and you want to watch the rest of this video, please do drop a like on it at the end if you enjoyed it, and please do click a subscribe and click that notification if you're already subscribed to get those notifications so you never miss a video. But this episode, we are now in the era of Diggle being the Green Arrow, which, yeah, I really don't know how I feel on it. I'm completely indifferent towards Diggle taking up the mantle, to be honest. But we never really got to see much more of Oliver in his role of being the mayor, which I'm interested in him being. But I guess they're doing this now because they want more kind of interaction with William. They're going through this whole Olicity storyline that they're doing now. But you know what, Diggle, it's actually an interesting storyline so far, with him having the kind of weird little yips that he's got. He can't focus and things like that, and he is struggling at being a team leader. And well, that kind of does make sense, to be honest. I mean, he was the one who helped Oliver in the early days of being the Green Arrow, and kind of mentored him in some way or shape or form. And well, he's doing this because, well, he wants to help out Oliver. And really, it's a lot to be asked for, isn't it, to take up the mantle of the Green Arrow, even if you were the one who actually helped Oliver become who he was. And really, Oliver is like really good at archery. That's like his skill. He's not a meta, but he is kind of been trained really well. And well, Diggle wasn't. He hasn't been trained to the kind of level that Oliver has, which is understandable in the way that he won't actually be as good as Oliver, but he's a good leader, he's a military tactician, that kind of thing, so that kind of balances off. And I really did like the interaction that he had with the Black Canary in this episode. So Dina, she is a great character, and the acting of Juliana Harkavy, I think that's how you pronounce her name, she was really good in this episode. I have to say, she really was a standout. And for me, I would love some sort of spin-off or kind of not a flashback, or kind of a flash sideways, something of her going off and doing her own missions or something like that. I think that'd be really cool. And I really do like the character. She is strong, she's cocksure, she really could actually lead the team, but she is completely behind Diggle in being the leader, which shows just how much of a good person she actually really is. And Diggle in this episode, I think he was a strong part of this, and his whole not being able to actually, you know, be who he is and be a fighter is a good thing, and he's going on his own journey in this, albeit it feels a bit off in the fact that this is a show about Arrow, the Green Arrow, but we are 6 seasons in, so you kind of need to flip things up a bit. You need to change things up. You need to look at the rest of the cast, to be honest, and it's a new way of doing things. And if they just carried on with Oliver just taking on people and things like that, it would just become a bit stale. And now he is the one who is passing on the life lessons onto Diggle and passing on the tips and tricks on how to be a vigilante. So that's quite cool. I like the way they've done this. And Oliver is growing, isn't he? He's completely growing. And I really did like the team dynamic in this episode. But Oliver still has to contend with the fact that they want to outlaw vigilantes, and they're going off that whole season 1 story arc again. We saw it also in Legend of Tomorrow. Metas are banned in the future, so I hope that they tie this all in together and have some sort of storyline, and the Legends managed to change that, or at least Arrow has managed to change that himself as mayor in this vote. But I like the fact that the vigilantes are being brought up again, because you could say that it's lazy story writing, etc., but it makes sense, because considering that we've had season 1, now we've got season 6, there's been a long time, there's been a long kind of repercussions of vigilantes being in the city, and you could argue that these supervillains only exist because these super vigilantes exist, and that kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's a good idea to have this kind of discussion once again, especially in the political climate we have at the moment, where it is kind of unsure and things like that. So I think it's a good story to have once again. Now, we had Onyx in this, and I have to say it was completely and utterly dull and dry, and what a complete character with absolutely no charisma. There was just nothing about Onyx. Onyx was a League of Assassins character in the comics who then slowly turned good. She was featured in Green Arrow comics, and she came to Gotham to actually take down supervillains and things like that. But we just have some kind of really lame army storyline where they stole some stuff and that was it. They wanted to get some nerve gas. And, yeah, who cares? We had Cord Industries again featured, which I really do hope that we get the Blue Beetle at some point in this. Hope we see Ted Cord, but I can't help but think that 6 seasons in, we may have heard of maybe Ted Cord at some point so far. I think that maybe Ray Palmer might have taken that storyline, and if they do Ted Cord being a billionaire kind of vigilante, it kind of gets a bit stale considering he would be the third one that the show has actually had. But it would be nice if perhaps we see him in the show. It would be really, really nice to see him there. And we also, I can't help but think that the crossbow that Diggle gets is a bit Huntress-esque. I don't know. I got that vibe from it, so I don't know where they're going with that. But we've also got the Felicity Smoke technology storyline going forward with Curtis, and she's got a huge kind of wall where she's writing down all the names, and she writes one, Oracle. Yeah. She is, well, I hope I don't trigger a few of you here who are watching this if you're Batman fans, but she is sort of taken the mantle of Oracle by stealth. She is, well, Overwatch. I'm not sure if that's her official title, but she's got her logo in the titles of this show as well. But having her here, well, Oracle, let's chat about Oracle. So Oracle was Barbara Gordon when she became, well, not able to walk and that kind of thing after the Killing Joke, and she was shot by the Joker, and she took up that mantle, and then in New 52 she actually became cured somehow, and then she went on to become Batgirl once more. So that's pretty cool there that we see the Oracle mentioned. And we have, well, it's a bit weird that we see Oracle have a name drop there, but we also had a Batman or Bruce Wayne name drop last week. And we also have Onyx, who was someone who worked with Jason Todd, the Red Hood. So that's just absolutely insane that we've got so many Batman references in this. Maybe it's the show's writers recognizing that maybe we created a Batman show and not a Green Arrow show, considering that the Green Arrow in this is completely different to what we have in the comics. But then again, this could be simply a whole thing of growth. So he's gone through this kind of hard, this really tough kind of Arrow. Now he's growing. He's going to grow into a philanthropist, social justice warrior, which is what he is in the comics. So yeah, maybe by season 10 we see him be the Green Arrow that we know from the comics, and he's grown as a person, which I think would work really well. But the Batman Easter eggs, they're coming thick and fast. They're coming fast here. I can't help but think that maybe they are low-key testing the waters for perhaps having Batman on the show, which would be a huge ratings boost, considering that the show's ratings are dropping quite significantly, which is a shame because the show is actually pretty good this season. Albeit we are getting Olicity, which, do we want Olicity? I personally don't want it, but I like the organic way they're doing it. Oliver is kind of realising that maybe he should have kept Felicity around, or that they're meant to be, and things like that, and she's helping Oliver with his homework, and he's like, oh, I might wifey that chick, yeah, I might do that. So, yeah, that's the way it's really working out here. It's not seeming particularly forced, it's just seeming a bit more organic here, which, you know what, I don't like Olicity, but credit where credit is due, and this is what we do on this channel. We kind of look at things at face value. We look into different things and different ideas and look at the positives in things. So yeah, maybe there is a positive behind it. And we've got our Black Canary, who is so far being a complete and utter badass, and she's really, really good. So we've got episode 4 next week, which is the return of Black Siren, which, yeah, it's a pretty cringy promo, so if you want to check that out, you can check that out, but there's not really much insight into that. So Black Siren is probably coming back perhaps to fight Black Canary, which is going to be pretty awesome. So let me know what you think in the comments. I've got a Gotham video and a Stranger Things video coming later tonight, with a Thor video and a Justice League video tomorrow, as well as Comic-Con panels. Hopefully I'm going to try and meet Deathstroke, Manu Bennett, this weekend at London MCM Comic-Con. So please do drop a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.